Hello, welcome back. In this lesson, I wanted to show you a little bit of code so we can kind of fix what you have just went through on the previous lesson. So I think code would always help to fixate some concepts. So let's just dive in very quick to this code. I have done few changes. Let's start here from have added a Keycloak certificate proxy. So basically we call this endpoint, and this would go actually to our Keycloak endpoint to hit you the certificate that you were seeing before, right? Basically, I want to go to this endpoint so you can hit you the certificates. This was basically that. So I have created, another thing it is that I have changed this authorize endpoint to actually call a token validated JWT token, which I have created a new file here just to decouple the code itself. So this file will contain only token validation code. So the first thing, the same we already saw, we get the token and we split it in three different parts. We are interested on in the header, because we are going to use the header to decide which way you are going to be using to validate our token signature. And I have added here a very simple callback, so you can call in different phases here. When validating using embedded certificate, the last one that we said, if we have, if the token have the X5C key, we will get this certificate from the header itself. So take the first one, and then here we would have to kind of validate the certificate against the certificate authority, and then we would validate the token with that certificate. So we are going to skip this. We're not going to go very deep on coding this, because you can just use a library for that. And then we are going to just say here using embedded certificate, so you can kind of see that we are using this way. Then we are going to have another option. If the token doesn't contain this, we'll go to the next option, which will be validate using Timber print fingerprint and the trust star. So in a trust star, in this case, I'm just simulating that we have a fake trust star here with different kind of option, and we will just retrieve it from this sort of a mapping, and using the fingerprint. So this would have to translate this and read the file that I just showed before. But this also is a code implementation that we don't need to bother here. Better we keep a more high level from the architecture perspective. And again, this would be using a library as well. Another option that we have, it is actually to validate using the IDP certificate option, which we showed before. And this would start to retrieving the certificate from this endpoint, and you would get the certificate, and you will look through each key, right, and compare if our header key match with any of the list that we get. And if we find it, we will just get the certificate and convert to a pen format and just validate it. And this basically that. Convert to a pen is a very simple thing. You can kind of see here. So begin of certificate, put the certificate itself, and finish it with this brief postfix and certificate sort of thing. So it's very, very simple to convert a cert into a cert to pen. So this is worth to add it here. This was very simple. Yeah, basically that's how we code each of it. Just to kind of fixate on your mind that we are looking from different way of get the certificate, right? And let's do a quick test here. I want to use my other browser, so we can set here the header, and this header is the header that you use the fingerprint. So let's just test it out, and we are supposed to see here this fingerprint option. So it's basically using it, and our fakes value tree that we retrieved from this simple map. Let's try to have test another one, which will be using the real token that you get from here. Then we expect to retrieve the certificate from the certs. And let's just use it here. Replace this one and just set it here, and now you can see that we have a new certificate here, and now retrieve the cert from the endpoint, and that's basically the 10 version. And you could use this here to validate the signature of our token. And it's basically that I wanted to show. This is a very quick one just to show how it will be coded this different way. And I hope it made sense, and see you in the next lecture.